she's saying not to judge someone, but you're doing the same thing right now, judging that person who could be living in a rural village.
Which is such a valid point. If you're from rural village and you look at it, and because the culture and the
and
then you have to.
Let's say you're a 75-year-old person in a rural village and you open the newspaper and they print this and you feel some kind of way about it. Like, how can
you think, and then you have to respect their opinion. Hey, look, all I'm saying, all these fuckers saying like, oh, complaining about titties. All I'm saying, right? Single lives change you different. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
man, she's ready for the streets.
Hey, you know single Samantha moving different out here, man. Moving different out here.
Do you remember Adele, the transformation she done before she get the big black?
Samantha got it on lock. She was like, I'm gonna do Un Sol Ramama. Next, I'm gonna pop this dress to the red carpet.
You know what? I was having my doubt when the Un Sol Ramama came back. I'm like, damn, Samantha, you about to do me like that?
She's pushing it, man. She's pushing the boundaries. But I don't know what's next.
She's setting the traps, man. She's setting the traps.
Hey, man. Trap me, baby. Trap me.
We vulnerables, man. We ready for your traps. Yo, Curious Tamils out here, man. We are back at this game, man.
Hey, Curious Tamils TV, man. Curious Tamils TV. Welcome back to the show out here, man. Welcome back to the show, man. First things first, man. Avon Samantha about the Udupa about the complaint money. Who has a problem, man? Who has a problem? Complaining, making a scene out here, man.
You know what, man? A couple of things I have learned, though. Usually, it's not actually men who goes out. I'm just thinking, which motherfucker out there just like, yo, that titty's popping out. I need to complain on the Twitter. You gotta question your sexuality out here, man.
You know what I'm saying, man? I bet 99% guys are like, ooh, hey, man, keep going.
They're like, ooh. So I was watching, I think, Miss Universe show or something. So these girls were coming out. Motherfucker, so it's one of my mates. He was just complaining about, she looked fat. And I turn around and look at this motherfucker. He looked like fucking Darth Vader or something, and then he complained about she got a big nose, she got a big thighs.
So you asked, man, who are these guys who are probably complaining? It's probably people who are invested in a very deep cultural backgrounds, right? Like especially
it's usually females,
and I think it's also men, grown as men, who see culture, Hindu culture, Indian culture, whatever.
Yeah, or like, them daddies, with the future daughters going crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I was thinking about it, right? Personally, I'm like, woman, do whatever you want, man. It doesn't bother me because we have the self-awareness to control our urges, bro. And we know.
No, do we though? As a thing is, when you say we, it's majority of men, but all men in this fucking, especially India, do they though? It's just that is the weak point here,
That's the overall point, right? That's what people don't understand. Like many people don't. Many people can't.
And then also it is, end of the day, the cine industry uses the sex to sell, and then it is using the men weakness usually when you portray shit like that. But I personally think that whatever she's wearing, right? Whatever she's wearing, I don't think so. It's just, we see this every day in Western culture. We see this every day, but I get the point why motherfuckers are mad or why women are mad, because maybe in India this is not appropriate because especially she's braless, right? And they see that as, damn, this bitch is walking around with no bra.
It can be like a major culture shock for people there, right? And especially, you got to think, it's a big-ass country, has villages, rural villages. That's like anything. And I know the urban city life is actually a very, very small part of the whole society, and I know it's again, it's just Western influence, bro. This is everything about that. I know fashion has its place in this society, and this is, again, there is a fashion point in the whole this as well, which I all for. But again, man, it is the Western influence. I know they're trying to use this Western culture to portray we are moving forward. We're moving forward.
She has acted in so many like village movies, and she has a fan base of village people. And then all of a sudden, people might think like, "Damn, this is what you're gonna influence." But then I still think ain't no titties popping out of the breast, though. I mean, popping out of the top chest. So I mean, can they not just let it slide?
I think that's the whole point of it, man. I feel like they are kind of, in a way, people, Samantha or anyone who's pushing the boundaries. Yeah, the more we normalize this, the more people are gonna get educated, and the awareness is gonna grow. Hold on, man. Why am I so mad about this when it's just a dress and a person? End of the day, it's just a human being wearing fabric. That's all it is. And why am I getting mad about what length the fabric is? You know what I mean?
Let me turn the table to you. Would the world accept when my man walking around with the dick out, just a patch on his knob?
But probably not, man.
Probably not. So it is a no-go. You can't say it's just fabric, it's the size of the fabric.
Yeah. But isn't that again? Isn't that
also
no,
bro? We can't even walk.
Why is that
walk
a no?
around
Why
with
is
top
that a no? Why is that a no? Why is that a no?
I'm saying the no to the fact we had to have the conversation, and it does matter how long is your fabric, because it's not just for female, it's even for men. Actually, you can't, as a man, you can't walk in red carpet or any sort of carpet with your top off.
What about if you
would get kicked out of gyms if you take your top off?
What if I get like a star and cover my nipples?
Yeah, inappropriate. Bitches will throw you out. As a deep-rooted cultural country like India, Sri Lanka, people will get shocked. Well, whoa, what the fuck? But then I get it. This is not something abnormal where I'm from. So I don't know what to say, actually.
So Samantha actually replied on a story to whatever I hate.
Yeah, what'd she say, actually?
So let me read that out. So this is what she said. As a woman, I bear first-hand knowledge of what it means to be judged. Fair point.
No, that's the thing is, no, I don't agree with that, because it's not just for women. It's also for men nowadays.
No. See, you're bringing in a different conversation. She's just talking her experience. We can't.
But then she's singling out. She's just going on the topic.
No, you talk about your experience. She talking about her woman experience. We can't combine both, man. It's unfair.
What about you remove the fact? This is all her happening, not because she's woman. It's just because she is something. Forget about she's being woman, something getting exposed. It could be if Samantha was a man and she was walking around with some mini shorts where you can see his knob line, the same uha would happen.
Okay, for me personally, I think she can only talk for herself. She can't talk for other races, anything. Yeah.
Keep going.
So she goes on to say, we judge women based on what they wear, their race, education, social standing, appearance, skin tone, and the list goes on and on. Again, I would say facts. It is facts.
Yeah,
we
facts.
do that.
Just facts.
Making snap judgments about a person simply based on the clothes they wear is quite literally the easiest thing one can do. I guess you know what it can be the easiest thing, but let me land. It can be the easiest thing to judge someone on the clothes thing, but at the same time, you got to listen to what they are saying. You got to listen to why they're saying,
especially if you decided to put yourself as a public figure,
and also why they react a certain way, right? Like I feel like we need to have more empathy about the people who have certain reactions, so we can understand where they're coming from. So it's easy to say, oh, they're just being sexist, and brush them under the carpet. We can't move forward as a society that way. Anyway, she goes on to say, now that we are in the year 2022, can we finally stop judging a woman based on the hemlines, man? What's hemlines, man?
Them hemlines, man.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? The hemlines.
The hemlines, man. And necklines. She adorns and focus instead on bettering ourselves. Okay.
See, somehow, let me land this one. Somehow, I feel like this is going back to, again, she's just trying to say it's because woman, that's why you're targeting. It's not what I'm trying to say. It's not that. It could be Samantha, could be a dude with the schlong. And if she would dress appropriate, the same guys will comment on these things. Hey, put your dick out. Hey, put your top on. You know what I mean? So that is, as a human being, even though we are moved forward to 2021, you still have the obligation to wear an appropriate clothes. But I still think that was inappropriate clothes, because it wasn't like she had, like Miley Cyrus, she had a bloody star on your titty or nipple.
If she was wearing that on on the Oscar red carpet, I think no one would say
No one would
anything,
have said anything.
and
Yeah.
that's fine, right?
So are we
Anyway,
saying then it was Yeah. You know what? It's okay. I think it's a valid point. It was regionally inappropriate clothing.
yeah,
It's
I think
like you
that
go Dubai and walk around with a swimsuit, which
Ooh,
you will get fucking jailed.
you will get jailed. There you go. There you go. Facts. Anyway, let's go. Let me finish it off. What she was saying, turning that judgment inwards and training it on one's own self is evolution. Okay, fair enough. I get that. Projecting our ideals on someone else never did anyone any good. Let's gently rewrite the way we measure and understand a person. See, this is why I've kind of have a little problem with it. You're like, you're saying not to judge someone, but you are judging that person yourself right now.
And you're trying to tell them to just change
And rewrite. So there's a little bit of hypocrisy going on here, bro. Like it's easy to I do what I want in this whatever social construct that is, or whatever it is. Let even if let's say if it's a backward way of thinking, forget that. But we are living in that now, so we get nowhere in judging people like that, man. Like she's saying not to judge someone, but you're doing the same thing right now, judging that person who could be living in a rural village and mad at this, right? And
which is such a valid point. If you're from rural village and you look at it, and because the culture and the and then you have to.
Let's say you're a 75-year-old person in a rural village and you open the newspaper and they print this and you feel some kind of way about it. Like, how can
you think, and then you have to respect their opinion. And you know what? Personally, I think, Samantha, you know what, with titties like that, and if you can't take the heat in the kitchen, I think you come to Hollywood, man.
Hey man, come over here, man. Come over
here, man. We appreciate that.
Man. We'll treat you better, man. We'll treat you better. Man. Hey man, fuck those motherfuckers.
Yeah. So bottom line, what are you saying, man? What is that to the appropriate?
I think we're gonna see more and more of this anyway, man. Because like in Bollywood, this is nothing. Like,
I ain't complaining.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's just Western culture trying to infiltrate in fashion and everything possible. We just can't stop it. Because for some reason we are addicted to Western culture and we want.
So bottom line, what are you saying?
Bottom line, we're saying, man, it's unfortunate. This is about fashion and no one is talking about the dress, and we are talking about her body and her revealing. It is what it is, man. We're the curious Tamils, man. There is no ending, man. We out of here.